Hello everyone, my name is Jessica Lujan. This is my first YouTube video that I'm posting, and this is a brand new channel that I'm starting, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and enjoy the rest of the videos I will be posting. I just started getting into makeup, and I kind of wanted to show you what I do on a daily basis and see if you guys might like or get some tips on how I do my makeup. But hope you enjoy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a very basic look. The look that I'm going to be doing is just for if you're going out to run some errands. This is a very basic look. So the way that I'm going to start this off is by moisturizing my face. So for moisturizer, I'm going to use the CeraVe moisturizer. This is actually recommended by my dermatologist. I've been loving it. It's been good. Next up is my actual primer. So the primer that I'm going to be using today is the Professional, and the reason why I like this is because it definitely does do a good job with covering a lot of your pores, and I do have large pores, so this definitely helps. Going in the skin, I'm gonna go ahead and work next on my eyebrow. The Anastasia pencil, but I actually use the brow definer, so it's a little bit thicker than the actual thinner ones that they have out there. So the color I'm going to be using is chocolate. Now before I do that, I'm just going to put some chapstick on my lips really quick because my lips get really chapped. So that way that can kind of sink in while I'm doing my makeup there. Alrighty, so I will go ahead and zoom you guys in. I start off at the very tip here and then design it that way. So upwards to this end. Oops, got some right there. It's okay. And then downwards here. Same thing with the top. I'm just gonna follow my shape here. So that's the shape that I like. And just darken it up just a little bit. Now I'm not going to fill it in right now because I'm actually going to use something else to fill it in. So right now I'm just going to keep it like that. I'm going to do the same thing on my other eyebrow. So alrighty, so now that I have this shape of how I want my eyebrows to look, and I don't fill in anything here because this is going to be lighter than the other part of it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a powder to fill it in. So the way that I'm going to fill it in is I'm actually going to take this little Sephora brush. It could be any type of brush as long as you have like a little spoolie somewhere so you can fluffer them up. So what I'm going to do is take the Anastasia in the color soft brown. I'm just going to go ahead and dip on both sides, and at that point I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows. This is where I just like to use my spoolie, the back of this, and just kind of go upwards and just kind of fluff right up that way. Same thing here, I'm just gonna fluff right up. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now that I have them like so, I'm gonna clean it up with concealer. The concealer that I'm gonna be using just to clean it up is gonna be the Kat Von D concealer. You can really use any concealer. I just been using this one for a while, so it just worked out really well for me. What I'm gonna be using with it is just a very small concealer brush. Now, this one I got it from one of the Urban Decay palettes, so again, it could be any type of concealer brush. Doesn't have to be perfect, as long as you just use it to clean up the bottom areas here. So I'm gonna do is go like this. Do the same thing for the top as well, so clean up the top with it and then clean up the bottom, and then I'm just gonna clean up that edge there. So now next up is the foundation. The foundation I'm gonna be using is the Maybelline Fit Me, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use a bigger concealer brush. This one was just for Sephora. As you can tell, it's really dirty because I use it every single day. I just literally go like this. Take some on there. And this is shade 128. So now what I'm gonna do is just spread this all over my face. So put it down here. So now that I put the foundation, I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and just clean it up. So now that I put on the foundation and I've already blended it out, I'm gonna go in with the concealer. Concealer that I'm gonna be using today is the Shape Tape, the most famous Shape Tape everybody talks about. So I like it as well, so I'm gonna be using it. Now what I'm gonna do is take this side and just press it in. Oh, and the color that I used for that is the light neutral color. Now this may come out as to be really, really light right now, but it's really not. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the contour. I'm not gonna go too much into contouring today. I'm not gonna go into too much of the contouring, just a little bit of it. So the way I'm gonna work on the contouring is I'm actually gonna use the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is in the color Toast. I'm just gonna go in those areas. So I'm gonna do, now what I like to do is I actually like to do it above where my ear is, actually, because when I'm buffing it in, it will kind of drip down a little, so I want it to be just where I want it. So I usually go up above higher. So I'll go up here, bam, and then down my nose, and underneath my lip, and also the bottom of my actual brush I like to use for buffing is the Real Techniques brush. This is it's the Expert Face brush, and you can get this at Ulta. And what I like to do is just brush it all in there. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing at the bottom. Another one of their brushes, which is the Expert Conceal brush by Real Techniques again. Put that up here. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna do is now set my face makeup by using a powder. So the powder that I'm gonna be using is gonna be the Airspun powder. So it looks like that. I have it upside down like this because this is literally how it sits on my vanity, because it's just easy for me to pick up and just grab the powder and then put it back, because I don't want the dust to come in there either. So just lay down like that. So before I do that though, I do have to make sure that my eyelids aren't creased, because if they're creased, you're gonna end up setting up a crease, and that's not good. So just go back to your beauty blender and just open it up. Just close your eyes and just dab. I'm gonna go in with the powder, just dip it in and go in there and just set your foundation. Do the lids really quick. Alrighty, so now that I got that out of the way, I'm gonna go in with the eyeshadow palette of Jaclyn Hill, one of my favorites. So now I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a little bit so you guys can see my eyes, and then I'll zoom you back out. Creepy, isn't it? Okay. Alright, so the colors that I'm going to be using, since I don't have the actual list of names, I'm going to just take this guy right here, that's the third, and I'm just going to take that with a Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M501 brush, and I'm just going to do circular motions all over the lid. This is going to be my base color. So I just want to do it all over the lid. This color right here, the one right next to the orange. And I'm gonna go in there again with the same brush. I'm gonna do the exact same thing over again. I'm gonna move on to the next color. The next color I'm gonna be using is, I'll just use this brown color right here, which is right next to the orange as well. I'm gonna use that in this bottom section right here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a shimmer in the inner corners here. And the shimmer that I'm gonna be using is this one, right below the orange. And for that, I'm just gonna be using my fingers. Usually, I like to use my fingers when it comes to any type of glitters, just because, or any types of shimmers that I'm gonna be using for the inner corner, just because it does show it, you could still see it better than if you use the brush. So it works well if you have no nails, but when you have nails, that is a challenge. You actually have to go in and use a brush and then make up, you know, the Fix Plus one. But this time I don't have any nails, so I'll be able to dip in there. I'm gonna go in with that color right here on my finger. As you can tell, super pretty color. I'm actually just gonna go in the inner corners here. For some reason, I always like to use the ring finger. So right now when I'm using the pointer finger, it's like really hard. So I'm gonna use my ring finger again. Here, okay. You don't really need to clean it up that much. What I do sometimes to clean it is I just grab like a little small brush and I'll just like clean it up by just slightly going over it, but you really don't need to right now, because you really don't have such a strong color. It's just a light shimmer. Again, if you're using a really dark color or a dark shimmer, you might want to clean up the edges because you'll be able to see like where that line is. So just keep that in mind. Now for the sides, I'm just gonna go back in there just to bring out more of that brown orangey color that I had right there in the corners. So now that that's done, again, it's very simple, very, very simple. Nothing too much there. All right, so next thing I'm gonna do is my eyeliner. So the eyeliner that I use and I love, recommend to anyone, this is the Physicians Formula one. The Physicians Formula is only like 10 bucks, and sometimes they have some deals at Ulta that you can get them like buy one get one free, or buy one half off, or something along those lines for Physicians, just because it is kind of like a drugstore makeup. That's when I take advantage and I buy like 2 or 3 of them to keep in stock, because I use them a lot. So best one. It's almost like the Kat Von D one. Obviously Kat Von D is the Kat Von D eyeliner, the tattoo eyeliner, which is really good too, but honestly this one I think works just as great. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go in and make a line. So I'm actually just sketching, like that's all I'm doing, is I'm like lightly sketching how I want that eye wing to look. So now that I have it sketched, what I'm gonna do is I don't wanna start from the end. I actually wanna start like somewhere towards the top, but not all the way from the top, and then connect it to my eye. Don't go too upwards at a weird angle there. Just try to keep it as close to the bottom lash as possible. So I'm gonna actually go like this. Again, try to keeping it close to that eye, and later on I'm gonna fill it in. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the other side as well, just so then that way I can get an idea of how I want them to look. I'm actually gonna take my eyeliner and just follow the line here as much as I possibly can. Yeah, I have like a little glue there, but it's fine. I love doing wings because I feel like it just brings the look together. To me, I don't think that it looks good without it. So I'm always constantly trying to do those wings. So now I'm gonna just fill in. See how I did it so close to my eyeline, my lash line, and I have a little bit of glue right there, but that's fine. Sometimes I can't get that glue off. But anyways, I'm gonna go in and just color in this area right here. So now that I finished my eyeliner, I'm gonna go in with a lash curler, and I'm just gonna go in there and curl my eyelashes really quick. All right, now that my lashes are curled, I'm gonna go in with the mascara. The mascara that I'm gonna be using is the Kokie mascara. This is a really good mascara if you're looking for something that's affordable. This is a good one. You can find this at Walmart, so. All right, so now I'm gonna just, I don't have any fake eyelashes that I'm gonna be putting on. I do have some in my drawers, but I wanna keep it as natural as possible just because it's just running errands. It's not like I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff today, but a little bit of mascara here. Now the one thing I want to tell you about Kokie though, the Kokie does a great job on the upper lashes. The bottom lashes, it does do a good job as well. The only thing that I would recommend not to do is if you're gonna put on setting spray, make sure you put this on the lower lashes afterwards, just because I did it once where I put the mascara on the bottom lashes and then I sprayed it with my Fix Plus and it like smeared everything on the bottom. So just be very careful with this. Again, if you're gonna do the setting spray, just put it on first before putting on the mascara so it doesn't smudge. Otherwise, if you're not going to be using any type of setting spray, then just put it on, you'll be fine. So next thing I'm going to do is the bronzing and just blush, and that's pretty much going to be the last final piece of this. So what I'm going to do for the bronzer is I'm going to be taking this big brush from Real Techniques. This is the Hula bronzer. I'm gonna smear some of that in there. All right, now I'm gonna go in and do some bronzing. My forehead, since I got a big forehead. The brush that I'm gonna be using today is from Tarte. Again, this is a sample size. This is Party, but it's Party. P-A-A-A-R-T-Y. So I'll grab some of that. Again, Real Technique brush. And then last but not least is the lips. The lips, I'm gonna be using Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the color Pure Hollywood. This is the liquid lipsticks that they have. I love their liquid lipsticks. They're so good, and sometimes you can get them at Ulta when they have like buy one get one free, buy one get one half off. Even at Marshall's, if you have a Marshall's nearby, want to check that out to see if they have some in stock. I have found some of these at Marshall's. I think they have like a limited amount, and they're usually like the ones that people don't really reach for. Stocking up, I would recommend going there and then picking one up because they are obviously cheaper at Marshall's too, so you can get that there. This is more like a nude color. I really like it. So this is the final look. I'm gonna get the camera and move it a little bit at a different angle so you can kind of see it. Right now, because I'm at this kind of area, it kind of looks a little odd. But again, bear with me guys. I'm trying to get the lighting to be good. I'm trying to find good spots for me to record. Right now I'm in the living room, so you see because of the Christmas tree back here, my couches, but I'm gonna work on trying to get something set up. But the lighting, not the best right now, but let me show you guys the look so you guys can see it with, oh, it's too much lighting, not too much light. So maybe if I go over here, somewhere around here, you can see just the lighting again is just kind of off. But yeah, this is the final look. Hope you guys enjoyed, and just stay tuned for the rest of my makeup tutorials.